Hi, Regis. I am a little bit late on norm time, but I'm right on time on Crip time. What is Crip time? Well, it's a way that we Crips, which is an abbreviation of the word cripple, a reclamation of the word cripple. It's the way that we keep time, even when we can't be at things because our body minds need us elsewhere. I might even be on cyborg time, but nobody's defined it yet. So if you can define it, that'd be great. I'm a cyborg. My name is Cy. What does that mean? I have a computer for a leg. I can control the kind of walk I have on an app. I also augment my brain with Norco, Lexapro, and Clonopin. I'm not supposed to tell you that because I'm supposed to be ashamed of the drugs that I'm on, but I'm actually not ashamed of it. And I don't think that shame has any utility for me, so I decline it. And if you're on any kind of pharmaceuticals, then you should decline to be ashamed too. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the offices that brought me here. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to share work with you. Even if I'm a tad late, thank you for giving me this chance to share Crip time or Cyborg time with you. I want to give an image description. I am in my office. It's a white room with a closet behind me. There's Andy Warhol to the background, and it's a Barbara Kruger collage of Warhol. Barbara Kruger has written over his face, "Not cruel enough." Beside me is a bookcase. The thing that's most visible is a hot pink cover of a defunct literary magazine, Evergreen, a lamp, and a desk. And I'm in a brown chair that's perfect for my scoliosis. And I'm wearing a zipper cape vest. It's got lots of gold zippers on it, but none of them zip. And I'm wearing a black tank, and my hair's in a bun. I'm white. I have makeup on. I'm wearing false eyelashes and red lipstick. And I'm going to read first from this book. That's a chapbook the disabled publisher Red Mare Press put out. It's called Give It to Alfie Tonight. And the poem is "Twas-day." The first time I slipped between Tuesday and Wednesday into a "Twas-day," I saw Amy. She was wearing her tattoos again. I had not seen her in years. She asked me to help her build a casket. She had the hammer and nails. The saw was lying on the ground next to a plank of salvaged wood and a diagram. She got down there on her hands and knees. "We just follow directions," she said. The diagram made it look easier than all the divorces from IKEA. "Will you help me?" she said. I felt happy, but I did not want Amy to know it. I became afraid that I would go the way of outer space, or that Amy would impregnate someone. "No," I said. "I'm not building any caskets with you." Later, I saw Amy in another "Twas-day." "Hey," she said, "how are you dying?" And here's a poem I don't usually read because it's kind of emo. It's called "So Your Girlfriend Wants to Come Out as Bi and Polyam to Her Very Conservative Family." And let's give it a try. It's in tercets. She sits you down on the sofa in the house you rented in the land of monastery to ask if you would make the drive with her to the beach. Ring the doorbell. Walk in the door flanked with crosses, and meet their faces. Would you? "Yes, I'll go with you." That is the right answer. But she goes alone in a dress she bought from Anthropologie, a coming out dress with pockets for her hands, since you won't be there to hold her hand, won't be there for the exorcism, won't be anywhere near. You will have said you would do what you knew you could not do, and then you will accuse your girlfriend of doing it wrong. Where was your other partner? Why did you go alone? And you? You will demand your girlfriend, 1 week after the exorcism, take your dick from the drawer and get rid of it. It surprises her that it is your dick, since she is the dom. She wonders what she's been in all along. For I must nothing be? For sub rules over me? For whoever plays most mask in public gets to say where dick goes? Abused by Holy Ghost already, she does it, obeys. Thine dick she drives down highway to a junkyard. She cries. I am writing this to the later in life queer women. You cannot do it wrong. There's no wrong way to do it. Come out any way you want. Come out alive. I also have this book, The Book of Goodbyes, and this book, The Amputee's Guide to Sex, and Cyborg Detective, this book. And if you've read these books in advance of my reading, I appreciate you. I'm going to read some new poems and then introduce you to video sonnets I've been making. This new poem I'm going to read comes out of my friendship with the poet Ishmael Reed and his poem, I Am a Cowboy in the Boat of Ra, which I highly recommend. I met Ishmael Reed in 2019 at the All Access Cafe, the nation's first poetry reading for disabled and deaf writers, which was sponsored by Marshall Mathers, yes, Eminem, and Jack White, yes, the White Stripes, and held at Third Man Records in Detroit. It's the most exciting I've ever been as far as meeting someone goes, because Ishmael Reed's work has given me license to write across genre and also to try on satire, performance, experiments within genres. So I was thinking in the plague, my God, I've got to say everything I need to say to Ishmael Reed. We're in a plague. We don't know if we're making it out or not. I know that seems a bit drastic and maybe hyperbolic, but I'm telling you where I was at when I came to write this poem. And the poem is called I Am a Cyborg in the Boat of Hephaestus. Ishmael, can I ask a favor? Need your title, need your map, need you to live 100 more years, and when you die, which I do not consent to, need you to come back, haunt whoever poses as Poetry Inc., give him hickeys in strange places like on the forehead. I'm wearing an ice pack, Flexicold, and it's warm now. Back to the fridge. Thanks, Josh Bell, for returning it there, for telling me, circa 2004, Reed Ishmael would never be the same, would never want to be the same, would never me the same, would never want to be the me the same. They put so much metal in my body. It was the 80s. So they were like, risky, whatever. And I was like, hi, I'm 6 years old. Ask Tennessee. She knows. Ishmael, what happens if you die and I haven't said all I wanted to say to you? Nobody does fierce like you. Nobody does fuck that like you. Nobody told me I could just say, I'm going to need you to change. All my elders, they don't know they're cyborgs. They think they're just disabled and imbricated to the normates. Advised me, it's a really good university. Get there quick and don't piss them off. I said on the phone to Rhea, please talk to me, woman to woman. Help, I'm in a plague. I have little lungs. I cannot move right now. I was a white cyborg talking to a black woman. Rhea, the interim chair, said, this is easy. We just change your start date. White, non-disabled people make everything seem impossible when all it takes is, actually, I don't know what it takes. Take my head off my body. Take my head off my body and give me a new one. No pain. On Twitter, you're there. I see you there. But you don't care about likes and follows. Thank Hephaestus, you don't give a shit. The poets are all in a rage over this and this and this and very much this, and I say, no, I don't actually hate the women editors at Poetry Magazine. It seems really weird that you poets of the twit mob those women and shred them. But Ishmael, what if I'm complicit? What if they bought me? Can I be bought, and have I been bought, and how would I know? Nobody, nobody believes I'm a cyborg except me. Do you believe it? Combative writing has always been our tradition, even when we try to avoid it, Ralph Ellison said. I know he didn't say that. You said that. I'm trying to get you to laugh. Tell me again the story about meeting him at the party. Tell me again the story about when you took all your writing away from the USA and gave it global. Tell me again the story about when you almost stopped writing and why you kept writing, and if it was love or something in the sky or what. The non-disabled poets are like, she calls herself a cyborg. Ha ha ha, that's funny. Carla, how are you doing? Tennessee, how is your pain? Ishmael, when do I get to see you and Carla and Tennessee again? Will it be ever? Yes, I will try to bring you here to Florida State University, but I have already written a belligerent email to the president, so there is that. That you would approve of. Ishmael, what do you do with the loneliness? Is it solitude or is it loneliness? You have Carla, you have Tennessee. I'm about to be living out here on 3 acres with alligators and a Maltese. Josh likes his job fine. I've spent most of my life living alone, only sometimes I don't know what to do with the feelings when I'm being all, why am I the only one saying this to the internet and nobody's here in the house with me? Hephaestus is calling, hang on. He said, where we go, it's got a boat. I asked him what kind of boat. He said, where we go, it's got a boat. I told him we need a lot of boats, a fleet of boats. It's not like we all get along. I told him, okay, ye old God, put me in the boat with Ishmael and Carla and Tennessee. Where am I going with this, Ishmael? You already went where I am going. Was it fun? Did you have fun doing it? I don't want to be read as that angry poet. I'm not even angry. They're not even reading the poems. They're like, marginalized, must be angry. Ishmael, should I sue NPR for transcripts? It seems like a bad look. Ishmael, what do you keep in your pantry? What is a comfort food? Ishmael, how much time have we got left on this clock? I haven't read half the books you told me to read. I've been over here plugging Get Alt Text into the planetarium. Thank you for dinner at the casino in Detroit. Thank you for the line in flight to Canada. Thank you for all the poems. What the fuck? Am I writing an elegy? You're not even dead. I'm writing because I don't want you to die ever. Me either. I don't know how to write this book they gave me the money to write. Scared I'm gonna blink, gonna hedge, gonna miss the part where I relinquish my dignity for the rest of the money. White poet told me, if they offer you money, just take it. White poet told me, don't be so angry. White poet told me, we vacation in the Greek Isles. We love the culture. All the above, you guessed, non-disabled. Or not saying shit. A little bit disabled. Not saying shit. A little bit can't hear. Not saying shit. Ishmael, when the Nobel Committee gave it to the poet, I played Schubert. Trio number 2, 100, on YouTube, the entire month. And yes, I fucking cried. Little lungs, big blubber. The poet is disabled, but I'm not supposed to say it. Imagine what it would mean for us if we got a win, a Nobel Prize. Stop thinking of the prizes, you're saying. But you gave me a prize, I'm saying. Same year, the Nobel crowned the chemist for cutting disabled people out of the future. Hello, I'm 6 weeks old. Not anymore, you're not, said CRISPR. You're not. How do you like my I ams? Write to me at my IP. Fellow disabled people mad at me. I want the tech. I want the tech now. Go ahead. Cut the me out of me. Ishmael, what's the last thing Gwendolyn said to you? Ishmael, what's the last thing Tony said to you? Meanwhile, the non-disabled poets go frotting with their AI poems and their doodobs. As if Hephaestus didn't beat them to it, as if my leg isn't twice their algorithm, as if I don't call the motherboard, as if my mind isn't plugged in, as if I'm not on Klonopin, Norco, all those drugs they made a war against. What's the meaning of this? No, but really, Ishmael, can I call you on the phone around noon? Think you'll be back in Chattanooga anytime soon? I wanted to get off the page, and I did that in Cyborg Detective with a poem called Confession, which is online. I made a trailer of it.
Confession. Each night the trains come. On the night in question, the conductor laid on the horn. I couldn't take it anymore. Took the keys from the hook, careful not to wake Hazel. I kept the headlights off in my neighborhood, where a lot of people are in my business. I know all the 24-hour stores, and I know she works the graveyard, and I know she parks in the blue spot. Her face is on the tag. I have been disobedient, but on the night in question I obeyed the conductor who said, get up, she's ready for you in the parking lot. That night I jimmied her car door and waited in the back seat. I tell my wife, be careful out there, it's a jungle.
So I've been getting off the page and onto the screen in various ways, and I'm going to share some video sonnets with you. No one knows what a video sonnet is, so we're making it up. I think of it as cyborg poetics, and since I'm made of machine, I want to be co-conspirator with machines. The theorist Irigaray has this line, computers force their will upon us. And while I experience that, especially around algorithmic discrimination, I am part computer. So I'm thinking about collaboration with machines. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Now, I have rules for my video sonnets. The rules I've come up with are arbitrary. You can make video sonnets and create your own rules, but obviously sonnet structure comes with rules. So mine are that a video sonnet is 14 to 16 second long, even though this doesn't replicate iambic pentameter, not at all. There has to be a volta. Usually the voltas in my sonnets involve trash culture, celebrity culture. With the exception of Andy back there, he wanted to get into one of my video sonnets. So I put him in one. Of course, Andy Warhol, as you know, is disabled, autistic, neurodivergent on the spectrum. And then, when Valerie Solanas shot him, he was even more disabled. So he gets into one sonnet. The other requirement for me is that the sonnets, which are visual, must be accessible to low vision and blind writers. Well, how? Through the image descriptions, which are themselves sonnets, not in a strict Elizabethan sense, but more in a Gerald Stern American sonnet sense. So what I'm going to do is read the image description first and then show the sonnet. The first one is Color Study in Blue, and the music is Broken Social Scenes, Anthems for a 17-year-old Girl. And since it's the first video sonnet, I'm figuring it out. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is what I came up with as a sonnet for Color Study in Blue. First frame, shoulder of white woman in a car, tank top, seat belt. Second frame, sign reads motel, $29. Third frame, desk with mini notebook, Al-Anon brochure, detachment. Fourth frame, window with blue lights. Fifth frame, Domina's half face, she's the wig. 6, window again. 7, Leonardo DiCaprio says, with all due respect, miss. 8, window again. 9, Domina's hand on a chair, in a bracelet. Danger.
Used to be one of the rotten ones, and I liked you for that. Used to be one of the rotten ones, and I liked you for that.
Sonnet 2, Romantic Gesture. The music is Bonobo's Linked. Shot 1, a gold box with a bow, how nice. And 2, some are ivory, some are stone. And 3, stiletto boot with black buttons. And 4, this necklace is, this music is, bump, 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 bump. Shot 5, Andy says hi. He'll stop by after he films these people kissing for 3 minutes. He wants to know if we have any blow. Shot 6, take this. Black glove and implement. Shot 7, of course you are. How nice. A water fountain going off. Shot 8, poor thing, it doesn't fit, so I don't want to wear it. And even if it did. In the third sonnet, I drop the need to say what frame or what shot we're in. And I'm, like I said, just experimenting with image descriptions as constitutive of the sonnets. So this is sonnet 3, Sujet supposé savoir. I'm a Lacanian. I don't want to get into that too much. What I mainly like about psychoanalytic theory as a field is that it requires disabled people, disabled body minds, in order to exist. Without us, there would be no field. The term sujet supposé savoir is subject supposed to know. Sonnet 3, subject supposed to know. The music is the Harmonies, Dancing in the Dark. She texts me, and I light up like the neon frame of the jukebox in this closed bar. I walk the parking lot. Only a Christmas tree witnesses me, so I get in my car and drive until the side mirror glows. One side reads caution, and one sign reads office straight ahead, and one sign reads customer parking. Arrow, arrow, arrow. The mannequin in this window wears chains around her neck and reindeer antlers and a gas mask with a flex hose. Her eyes are closed. I don't know what to do about it again. No. Her eyes are open.
Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
And in Sonnet 4, I go back to the shot 1, shot 2 structure, and I'm getting a lot of cues from Shannon Finnegan. They are an artist who's created a piece of artwork called Poetry as Alt Text. I'm also taking cues from my friendships with deafblind writers, in particular John Lee Clark, who has an incredible book of poetry coming out from Norton called How to Communicate. This is Sonnet 4, The Origins of Love. That title is referencing both Hedvig and the Angry Itch, and of course Hedvig is getting it from Plato. The Origins of Love. Music is Beck's Loser. Shot 1, cutting board, strawberries, fridge, magnet holds pick of ocean. Shot 2, white woman's hand, cuts the top off a strawberry. Shot 3, lines the berries 8 up against the fridge. The green parts are gone. Shot 4, cuts the berries in half. Shot 5, lined up with, what's the word for the pointed part of a berry? Those face the pick of the ocean. Shot 6, binds 2 berries together. Next, Asia Argento in The Stendhal Syndrome, wears sunglasses, says, but it's not the same. Shot 8, woman binds the berries. 9, threads the berries. 10, close up on her neck. Strawberries for pendant, necklace on thread. She wears a bourgeoisie decadent lace top. The necklace sways. Her head is cut off.